Hello, so what is driving anxiety? Where does it come from? And more importantly, how can you get rid of it? Well, in this video, we're going to go through a few little exercises that will help show you the answer to all those questions. My name's Paul, and I help people overcome driving anxiety online without even having to get into a car in as little as 1 hour. The way I can do this is I've been working as a driving instructor for 20 years, and I'm also a professional therapist, so I know what I'm talking about, and I've helped hundreds of people, maybe even thousands, to overcome driving anxiety. So what is driving anxiety? Well, all it is quite simply your mind falsely associating fear with driving. So let's start off with a fun little demonstration. Some of you will have seen this before because I've got many videos about driving anxiety. However, it's a great way of getting people to understand what anxiety is and where it comes from. I want you to just put your hand out in front of you like this, and now close your eyes. And I want you to imagine, only imagine now, you've got a big, fat, juicy lemon sitting in the palm of your hand. This big, ripe, fat, juicy lemon is just sitting in the palm of your hand. And just think how that would look, how it would feel. Maybe feel the weight of the lemon. Maybe feel the texture of it in your fingers. And just bring the lemon now closer and closer to your mouth. And just sniff it. Can you smell that lemon? Can you smell that lemony aroma in the air? And now take a nice big bite out of the lemon. Now open your eyes. So could you feel the weight of the lemon? Could you smell the lemon? Did you taste the lemon when you took a bite into it? Now here's a big question. Where is the lemon? There is no lemon. There's no lemon there. So why did you maybe feel it, taste it? And did you also notice saliva in your mouth? Have you noticed how you're starting to swallow? Because you've got saliva in your mouth, that's because your body thought that there was a lemon there and it was preparing to eat. So your mind told your body there was a lemon there, but there is no lemon there. That's what driving anxiety is. You are seeing something that isn't there. Because if you went down the street and saw someone doing this, you think, what are they doing? And they say, I'm eating a lemon. And you say, there is no lemon there. To them, there is. Because you see, the way your mind works is it can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not real. That's why you can feel the lemon, taste it. And if you didn't get any of that, it just means that you're not using your imagination as much as you can. Because if you imagine it, and you make it real in your mind, my mouth's still watering now. I can still taste that lemon. If you make it real, although it may not be real to other people, it's real to you. This is all driving anxiety is. When you're driving a car, you are seeing things that are not there. So when I drive a car, I don't have driving anxiety, but over the last 20 years in my work as a driving instructor and a therapist, I've worked with hundreds of people who have driving anxiety, and they're driving like this, and they're shaking, and they're sweating. And if you've got anxiety, you'll know what it's like. People say, oh, just get over it. You can't just get over it. And one of the worst things you can do with someone who's got anxiety is to put them into that situation. Many people make the mistake of just facing their fear. I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat it. You won't beat it like that because it doesn't work like that. Facing your fear doesn't work when it comes to things like driving anxiety. What you need to do is find the root cause of the anxiety, and then it will go. So where does it come from? What can be the cause of this fear? Well, here's another interactive little game for you. I want you to imagine that you're lying in bed one night, and around 3 a.m. you wake up and you hear voices coming from another room in your home. And it's not someone you know, it's not someone who's staying over, it's just some stranger's voice in another room. what happens? Well, most people, of course, would panic. You think someone's in my house, someone's broken in, or maybe you might even think it's a ghost or something supernatural's going on. You think, what's going on? Something weird's happening here. I'm in danger, and you panic. That voice then changes to someone shouting, half-price carpets this weekend, carpet madness, buy your carpets now. And you think, what? And you realise that it's not actually a person, it's just a TV that you've left on in another room. Now here is the really important thing. What happens to the fear when you realise that it's not a person, but it's just a TV playing? The fear goes. And in fact, the fear can often turn into laughter as you realise, that was stupid, I thought it was someone robbing my home, and it's just a TV. The same thing happens with driving anxiety. Once you've found the cause of driving anxiety, the fear will turn into either nothing or laughter. Because yes, you can make it so that your driving anxiety actually turns into laughter. That's possible. And all these things are very, very simple to achieve. Many people falsely think, well, I've got driving anxiety and I'm stuck with it. It's just how I am. It's how I was born. It's not. Nobody is born with driving anxiety. There isn't a single person in the world who was ever born with driving anxiety. It's a fear that you've learned. So that's what driving anxiety is. It's simply a learned fear. Something has happened in your life that has caused you to be scared of driving. So now that you know that, the next question people ask is, how do I get rid of driving anxiety? How do I overcome driving anxiety? Well, it's simple. You already know the answer from what we just said. You simply need to find the cause of the anxiety. Find the thing, the reason that you're getting scared when you drive. And in the same way that when you realised it was a TV and not a burglar, when you realise what the cause of your driving anxiety is, you'll think, is that it? That's why I was scared of driving all these years. And your mind will no longer give you driving anxiety. Well, the thing is, you won't find it just by thinking about it. And this is where what I do comes in. You can sit here all day thinking, why have I got this? What is it that causes it? The problem is, you're thinking now with your conscious mind. When we do the work that I do with people, I use methods involving hypnosis and other things, not just that. There's many of the techniques we use that allow you to access this subconscious part of your mind where the answers lie. Did you know that you can go back to any day in your life and you can remember anything from any day? It's true. It may sound crazy, but I can say to people, I want you to go back to when you were 5 years old. And you can even name a date. You can say, think of the 17th of July in the year 1990 or whatever, when you were 5 years old. And you will be able to remember exactly what you did on that day. Not just what you did, but the people that were there, what they were wearing. Nothing is ever deleted from your memory. It's a lot like the way you can delete a file on a computer, but it's not actually deleted. It's still there. You just can't see it anymore. And that's how you can go onto a computer hard drive and you can dig up old files that you thought you deleted years ago. But unfortunately for you, those embarrassing photos you took years ago are still on your computer, whether you know it or not. They're still there. You can still access your memory in the same way you can still access those files. So what could the cause of this thing be? What could the memory be? Well, just one quick example is I had a client once who was terrified of driving. When we went back and found what the cause was, it was because of a tent. Yeah, a tent. Now, how on earth can a tent cause driving anxiety? The reason is that when that person was a child, they were driving on holiday with their parents, and the parents started arguing they'd brought the wrong tent along with them because I think that they said the weather was bad and they brought a light tent for the summer and it was raining really badly. and the parents were arguing like, I told you we should have bought that at the tent, and the one was saying, no, you always think you're right and you're not, and they were having a really bad argument which made my client cry. That client's mind then associated the crying with driving. So you see, every time they drove a car, their mind was thinking, you can't do this, you're going to get upset, it's going to make you cry. And they were getting panicked and nervous because that was their mind protecting them. You see, your mind will always do its best to protect you. So although you might think your driving anxiety is a bad thing, it's actually your mind trying to protect you. It's doing what it thinks best, and it's thinking, no, don't drive, because if you drive, you're going to cry, you're going to be upset. Now, of course, that's silly because you're not going to get upset every time you drive like you did once many years ago, but that's where driving anxiety comes from. So if you'd like to get rid of your driving anxiety and you want to work with me on this, have a look at my website. There'll be a link in the description below. There are loads of free videos, there are some free sessions. You can watch me doing sessions with people, and there's all the information you need on there to understand and overcome your driving anxiety. If you want to book a session with me, you can do that through my website, and I work with people around the world online. Doesn't matter where you are, we can talk over the internet, and it can take as little as 1 hour, sometimes 2 or 3, but generally in under an hour you can have your driving anxiety gone without even having to leave your home or get in a car. Check out these other videos on the screen for more help with driving anxiety. Please do remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.